The more you work on your listening skills, the more people are going to build trust with you.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal.
We're going to talk about communication. But when you're a leader, what's more important than communicating is learning how to listen. And it is a skill. It's something you absolutely have to practice. There are main distractors for listening. One is thinking about what you got to do next. It's wondering what that buzz was from your cell phone right now, and who is that calling, and then thinking about, oh, I've got to pick up dinner, and those are all natural. But learning how and practicing how to redirect your focus back to the conversation at hand goes a long way. The other thing is interrupting people, right? They start to talk and you want to either insert your story or you want to move them along with theirs. And the message that sends to people is your opinion doesn't matter, I'll tell you what matters. And so the more you work on your listening skills, the more people are going to build trust with you. So one of the best lessons I learned throughout my life was this acronym called WAIT. Anyone know what it stands for? It stands for Why Am I Talking? So anytime you feel like you need to jump in, think about WAIT. Why am I talking? The reason why is when, and I'm going to play this first before I get into it. I want you to hear this line of the song called Sober by Pink. You can tell I like a lot of music. So here's a song by Pink. I don't wanna be the girl who has to fill the silence. A quiet because that last line I love. The quiet scares me because it screams the truth. So I taught a course about mindful listening for several years at the university. It was part of a larger course. It wasn't just about mindful listening. We just sat there and listened to each other. But it was part of a larger course. And what you learn in mindful listening is that part where people are quiet, they talk, and then they pause. People get very uncomfortable in that silence. And if you stay quiet with them, that's called stuck in the muck. The person's stuck in the muck. Something's going to happen. They're going to want to fill that silence too, because nobody likes that. It's kind of awkward with that silence. So when you're quiet for just long enough, their truth is going to come out. And if they're not ready to share their truth at that moment, at least they feel respected by you, because that quiet tells the person that you're communicating with, I believe in you, I know you're going to get through this, and I know you can pull yourself through this. So a lot of times in my leadership, when someone says something, I just try and stay quiet. And sometimes people probably think that I'm off at Neverland. I'm listening, I'm trying to interpret it, and I'm trying to understand what they're really trying to tell me. As a leader, that's when you fix problems or fix concerns before they become problems, because you've listened. If you're able to take that pause, then you're not jumping in trying to rescue them. And a lot of us, the lady in the red too knows this, being a parent, a lot of us with our kids, we have conversations with our kids. We try and put that expert hat in and jump and try and save them, right? But the biggest lesson I learned from my daughters, they would call me and they would talk to me about a story, and I immediately would try and jump in with that expert hat and try and solve that problem for them. And one point my daughter said to me, I don't want you to do that. I just want you to listen. Sometimes I just want you to listen. And so now we have a great tradition where they'll start to give me a problem and I say, is this a story that you're telling me because you want me to just listen, or do you want me to try and help? And that sets the whole tone. The other part about listening mindfully is being positive. Right now, if I were to ask you, tell me about your day, most of you would start a laundry list of all the things, right, that's going on in your day. But if I were to tell you or ask you, tell me about the best part of your day, your face immediately starts to go to a smile when you start to think about the best part of your day. And this isn't about wearing rose-colored glasses and making sure that everybody's happy, but it's starting the conversation off from a positive mind frame. You get more from people when they start off in a positive mind frame than when they're thinking about the negatives. So starting with that positive word really helps. So a little bit of homework. Again, I'm a faculty member at heart, so homework for you guys. 2 things, your action steps. Have a conversation and see how often your mind wanders. You'll be amazed. You start to think about everything that's going on as they're talking, but do your best to not say anything while they're talking. The other thing is, see the difference when you start with a positive question. This works especially well with young teenagers, but again, it should work with anyone. Start with that positive question and see where it goes.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal.